I was watching Alex Hormozi's last video about being broke and I wanted to add my take on it. For those of you living under a rock and don't know who he is, Alex Hormozi makes millions of dollars every single year by running multiple businesses and creating content on YouTube.
You're going to need to assume that luck isn't real or that it applies to everyone else but you, because the only way you're going to get out of your surroundings is by having something of value that other people want. And right now, the only thing you have is your time with low skills to trade, which is a hard game to play.
In his video, he was talking to this person, Avante. He was struggling to pay his bills and he was tired of being poor, so Alex was giving him advice. So his advice was to basically quit and find a higher paying job. He gave some great tips on how to do that, but there was one thing he didn't mention that helped me break out of the 9-to-5 grind that I had to make a video on it. So a little background on me. I went from working at a call center, struggling to get by, making minimum wage, absolutely hating my life, to making $100,000 per month. Just like all of you out there, I wanted more for my life when I was younger, but it took me a long time to realize that life was more than just about making ends meet. Now pay very close attention to what I'm about to say, because I had one defining moment in my life that changed everything. You see, I picked a new career where I had zero experience, zero knowledge, and zero skills, and I took over the entire industry within 2 years. I would have done it even faster, but I didn't have my aha moment yet. Some people may call that an epiphany, a revelation, but for me, it's an aha moment. If you're wondering what that is, the simplest way to describe it is when you figure out the solution to a problem that you never knew you had. You've been going through your life like nothing is wrong. Maybe you're living paycheck to paycheck, making $60,000 a year, but you want to be making $100,000 a year. Or maybe you're the person that's making $100,000 a year, but you want to make $200,000 a year. But again, you can't seem to figure out how to pass that threshold. So my moment was when I was in the shower with my lovely girlfriend about 3 years ago at the end of 2020. I could tell something was bothering her, so I asked her, "What's on your mind?" I'll never forget what she said next. This is engraved in my brain. She looked at me dead in the eyes and said, "Babe, I want you to make more money than me." And that was it. Silence. You know that feeling in the pit of your stomach when you feel like your lunch is about to come up? Well, it was that times 10. I didn't know what to think or how to feel. This was my best friend. It was the person I trusted and cared for and loved the most in this world. I remember I looked away in embarrassment and shame. I slowly regained my composure and told her, "Babe, I'm sorry, but that just isn't possible right now." You see, at this time, she was making multiple six figures running her own consulting business. And then there was me. I was a brand new real estate agent just 1 year into my career. Every single realtor I talked to told me it's gonna take 10, 15, 20 years to actually make it big. They would tell me eventually you're gonna pass that $100,000 mark, but it's gonna take you many, many years to do it, and you're gonna have to fight and claw your way up. There's so many realtors out there, you're gonna take a long time to actually get to the level you want to be at. And foolish me actually believed it. I had only made about $80,000 that year, and I thought that's where I would stay for the foreseeable future. So then my girlfriend goes and tells me, "Babe, it's not about the money that you're making right now. It's about your effort." Now, I want you to really focus on that last word. Effort. I was lounging around at 2 o'clock in the afternoon at the pool. I was loading up a game of Call of Duty at lunchtime. I was binge watching Game of Thrones. All the while, I should have been working. I was disappointing her and myself, and I didn't even realize it. I thought that was okay to be slacking off. I was making a decent living as a brand new agent. I didn't have a boss, anybody breathing down my neck, nothing like that. So I thought this is what was supposed to happen. But that wasn't good enough for her or me. I knew I had a tremendous amount of potential, and I was wasting it. Think about it for a second. Do you think that you have a lot of potential locked away and right now you're just wasting your time? It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you think there's something holding you back and you want to reach the next level, there's something in your way that's causing you to fail right now. For me, it was the amount of effort that I was putting into things. For you, it might be the friends that you're hanging out with or the career path that you're in. It's going to be different for everybody, but there is something that's holding you back. Right when my girlfriend said that word effort to me, it clicked instantly. And right then and there, I made a change. That's what was holding me back from reaching my next level of success. The very next day, I took action. I unplugged my Xbox, I packed up my bathing suits, I vowed to myself never to turn on the TV again until I was ready to go to bed. I started hustling like I never hustled before. And I could see the results from this started happening almost immediately. That very year, my income tripled. And then the next year after that, my income doubled. It was incredible. I changed one little thing and my entire life changed. Ultimately, it was my mindset. That's what was holding me back this whole entire time, and I couldn't even figure it out until I had that moment. Instead of treating my career as a hobby, only doing things when I felt like it, now it was my very own business that I was running, and I was in control of my own destiny. Specifically, I started responding to all of my leads where before it would take me weeks to get back to them. Now I was doing it within hours. I got organized. I started creating spreadsheets and scripts and notes. I started scheduling out things. I became super efficient. So now I can go back and track everything I was doing wrong and then fix it. I figured out how to become a better salesperson and close deals faster. I learned how to solve problems and save deals from falling apart. I started doing my homework and researching other successful agents and entrepreneurs and figured out exactly what they were doing, but how to do it better. I started shaving off precious seconds to every task I was doing until it added up to saving hours per day. I really buckled down and started taking my career very seriously. For us average Joes, we need to work very hard to become successful. This isn't some get-rich-quick scheme or a fake guru trying to sell you the magic cheat code to life. It's about working 16 hours a day, no days off, no vacations, no clocking out at 5 p.m. If you're not already at the top of your industry right now, there's a lot you need to do to actually get there. Or if you hate the industry you're in now, you need to change it and get into a new industry that you like a lot better. There's an old saying, if you love what you do, you've never worked a day in your life. Think about that for a second. If you're miserable at the job or career you're doing right now, how on earth are you going to get ahead and beat somebody that's in love and passionate about what they're doing? You're not. You need to obsess over success and focus all of your energy into one thing and one thing only. If you spread yourself too thin, you're never going to become the expert in your industry. Listen, you're going to fail a lot. But don't get discouraged because every failure is an opportunity to grow. It's like when you break a bone. What happens over the next few months? It heals and becomes way stronger. The same thing will happen to you. Just make sure if you do fail at something, you learn from your mistakes and don't repeat the same mistake twice. If you're getting into a new industry or you're not already at the top of your industry, you're already at a massive disadvantage. Your competition is going to have a lot more experience than you. They're going to have a bigger network built up and probably a better skill set. The way to make up that gap in skills and network and experience is to actually put in more time and effort than them. That is exactly what I did and why I rose to the top so quickly. Today, I'm the number 2 ranked agent out of 90,000 agents in my company for eXp Realty. I got there after 2 years. And how do you think I did it? There were other agents that were way more experienced than me that had way bigger spheres of influence. I was brand new. I had no clue what to do. So once I got past my mental block, I was able to do the things that other people weren't going to do. You see, in the real estate world, it was taboo to work with renters and do rental deals, but that's exactly what I was focused on. All the realtors are chasing after these big deals, the buyers, the listings, the $10,000, $20,000 plus commission checks, but not me. I pivoted and did the opposite. I went after the smaller deals and did a higher volume. I knew I couldn't beat them at their own game, so I created a game on my own. So think about your industry. Try to think of an advantage that you have over everybody else, something that nobody else is willing to do because it takes too much time and too much effort. Then go in there and master it. Become the leading expert in that one thing and just focus on that alone. If you find that one of your competitors is maybe only working 8 hours a day, then what do? You do what Elon Musk does and you work 18 hours a day. Work smarter and more efficient, but even harder than them. That's why Elon Musk is at the highest level right now, because he didn't get comfortable and complacent. He never stopped going. If anything, he's working longer and harder right now than he did in the beginning of his career. And look where that's getting him now. For him, the saying "to the moon," it's not just an expression, it's a reality. Now, I'm not saying you have to give up your whole entire life, start working 24/7 like a zombie, not at all. You can still have your alone time or spend time with your family and do fun things that you enjoy, but that's gonna become the exception, not the norm. My life used to be a balance of working semi-hard and taking a lot of time off. That was alright, but it wasn't doing me any favors. It wasn't setting me and my family up for the future. I wasn't even getting close to the ambitious goals I had set for myself as a kid. Somewhere along the way in life, I had lost that burning desire to make it to the top by any means necessary. It took me a very long time to relight that fire to propel me to the life that I have today. I can say with absolute certainty that yes, even though I'm working 3 times harder and longer hours than I was before, I am significantly happier. I feel so fulfilled and have a massive smile on my face every time before I go to bed. And I wake up eager to conquer the day the next morning. Every day is a new journey to obtain financial freedom. Because at the end of the day, that's what money basically is. It's the freedom to do whatever you want. Now, Now drop a comment below if you disagree with me or have different takes on money, but money to me is freedom to do anything I want at any time. You've heard it before many times. There's these rich people that get in trouble and then you hear them say, oh, the only reason why they got out of trouble is because they're filthy rich and have a lot of money or influence or power. So I think that's what money buys you. It buys you that influence and power and freedom. It's also about making a difference in this world and adding value to other people's lives. Do you want to be remembered by people that you made a change in this world? That you actually had an impact? That you motivated and inspired other people to succeed? Think to yourself, if you have that same ambition and desire, what do you need to change to make that a reality? What problem or mental block do you have that's holding you back from getting to the next level of your own success? Because trust me, once you figure out that aha moment, that epiphany, things change very fast. If all you put out is positive energy, then I guarantee you positive things will come back to you. There's a famous quote that I absolutely love. There's no such thing as luck. Luck is where preparation meets opportunity. So prepare yourself to take advantage of the opportunities that are coming at you when you finally get out of your own way. When you allow yourself to have that one moment where everything just clicks and starts to fall into place. Trust me guys, this mindset changed my entire life. If I hadn't changed the way that I was thinking, I would have still been stuck believing every other person that was telling me I couldn't do it or it was going to take 10, 15, 20 years to get there. I had to unlock something in my own mind that allowed me to get to the next level. And I'm no different than anybody else. If I can do it, so can you. If you're at a place in your life right now where you want to grow and you think something is holding you back, really reflect on yourself and try to figure out what that is. Because once you figure out what that is, you can finally start working towards being the best version of yourself. And that's what this is all about, being the best version of yourself, but better. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my breakdown of breaking out of your own shell and striving for something better in your life. If you did, smash a like button, drop a comment below if you agreed or disagreed with me. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch everybody in the next one. All right, that was pretty good.